This person must know me. So if you know me, talk to me. Like we could have this conversation, but I'll have this conversation on the internet because you think I should have this conversation on the internet. So how does someone go from being bi and male to trans female? First off, it's trans woman. I'm a trans woman, and I'm always going to be a trans woman. I was a trans woman when I was 4 years old, and I wanted to be a girl instead of a boy. I knew that then, but all the social conditioning around me told me that I had to be a boy. I was born with a penis, so I have to be a boy. When what that means is like I'm male, I'm biologically male. That's fine, whatever. Let's separate that because that has nothing to do with gender. Gender is the social construct that we exist in, that we decide to fit in, that is like it's like our job, right? So like come on. But but also in their 30s without suffering gender dysphoria. I do suffer gender dysphoria. That's very presumptuous of you assume, but not all trans people need to be dysphoric. We can just we don't. It's not a thing. It's not the whole thing. Anybody can be trans if they want to. You can be non-binary if you want to. Like you can be valid as a trans woman and not medically transition. You don't have to do that. As long as you are accepting yourself within yourself and you're comfortable with yourself and you're going through that, then that's what's important. And that's where the gender fluid thing came up. I have a very lovely relationship between my masculine energy and my feminine energy. The more I transitioned, the more I realized that that masculine aspect of me wanted to come out more. And I did a lot of soul searching in it because I also believed that I could be a masked lesbian if I wanted to. I could just be a masked woman. I could. I could also just be a femme man, but I don't want to. I want to transition. I have boobs. I'm happy. That's the important part. And when I was 13 in 2002. That's a big difference between then and now, today. Like the amount of information that was available on the internet about trans people in 2002 was like none. My only interactions with it were like Mari Povich and Jerry Springer, and I tell you, they did not put trans girls in a good light. It was like, can you pick which one of these is a man? And they were parading them around, and that's not fair. And they were mocking them while they were doing it, and that's not fair. Yeah, I have been going through this journey and working on my identity for a long time. I had a lot of preconditioned things put in me telling me this is the way it is. And as I've learned, the people who raised me don't know anything. They know a lot about the things they know about, but they don't know anything about anything else. Most of them are racist. And they don't even realize where that stuff comes out. They've never done the internal work to pull that stuff back, and I have. And I've gone to therapists. I was suicidal as a teenager. I was suicidal in my 20s. I was suicidal in my 30s. And through continually going to therapy, I pulled back those layers and I figured it out. My adult gender journey started in 2012. That's when I really started unpacking my gender and started figuring out what it meant to me. More than just blindly following the path that was laid out in front of me by other people. I've always been a person who walks my own path, and I've always been a person who chose my own path. And who cares? I'm happy. That's the important part. I'm happy. I have none of the old people in my life anymore. And it's working out great. Like, it's so much better. And that kind of sucks, but it's also just what it is. Oh well, that's like their choice, right? I there's so many people in my family and in my life that need to have conversations with me. And I'm sitting here, literally sitting here, willing to have those conversations. I'm not waiting on them. I don't care. I had to let go. If I sat here and was just like, oh, let's wait for them to come back, no, I wouldn't get on with my life. And I've been getting on with my life, and that's got to be hard. But that's their journey to walk. It's not mine. My journey to walk is to just be as openly and authentically me as I can be. And this is who that is. But don't make presumptions and assumptions about people, which this does. Wherever I put it, this makes a lot of assumptions, and it's also filled with information that's just like obviously not educated, because if it was, then you would at least know to use the correct terms or what you're talking about. But yeah, I'm male, I'm a trans woman, and I'm gender fluid. All those things are valid. Why do you care? Later, Gators. Peace, love, and unicorns. Allie out.